I'm a private investigator. I've got this envelope that says Super Mayor. Inside I have from the United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois.
One way that the government always does it is to go and investigate people around her, and that's what they're doing here.
All right, let's dive into this whirlwind of controversy. Picture this: Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who also happens to be the Supervisor of Thornton Township, has found herself caught in a nonstop cycle of scandal and drama that's keeping everyone on the edge of their seats. It seems like every time she makes a move, it causes waves of chaos that have her constituents talking, her colleagues bickering, and her critics ready to pounce. The question is it all just part of her master plan, or has Henyard truly lacked control?
I think you should pay everybody. Is it the reason why you guys are not paying whatever that vendor is?
What was it for?
It was for shirts. That's what it's for. You just asked.
Tiffany Henyard stepped into her role as Dolton's mayor with a lot of fanfare and high expectations. As the town's first female mayor, and a young one at that, she seemed to represent a fresh start, a break from tradition that many hoped would bring new energy to Dolton and nearby Thornton Township. But what started as a hopeful beginning quickly turned into a saga of power plays, accusations, and, according to some, outright corruption. From almost the moment she took office, Henyard's leadership style has rubbed some the wrong way. To put it bluntly, Henyard's approach to running Dolton and Thornton Township has often been compared to someone running a convenience store on the wrong side of town. For some, it's a chaotic mess. For others, it's an entertaining spectacle.
Deep debt, and that is the finding of an investigation of village finances and the spending habits of beleaguered Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
So now imagine this: Henyard had just decided to hold a separate board meeting at Village Hall, away from the regular meeting spot at the Park District. Why? Well, it could be because she felt Village Hall was where she could assert her power and remind everyone just who's in charge. But things didn't go as planned. Not enough trustees showed up, so she was forced to cancel, and that meant she had to make a not-so-graceful exit over to the Trek District, where the real meeting was taking place. When she arrived, the reaction was swift and unforgiving. The crowd booed her right out of the room. And it wasn't just a few discontented voices, it was a chorus of frustration aimed squarely at Henyard.
Hey guys, this is Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, the People's Mayor and People's Supervisor.
So this isn't an isolated incident. Henyard's tenure has been marred by a series of controversies that make it seem like she's either incredibly brave or completely out of touch. In one memorable episode, she was even granted a temporary restraining order against her by the trustees. Yep, you heard that right. The mayor had to be restrained from her own duties. She allegedly overstepped her authority by appointing a new village attorney, a village manager, and even a police chief without the board's consent. When the trustees took her to court, the judge sided with them, effectively telling Henyard she doesn't have the unilateral power to make such appointments. But did she listen? Oh no, Henyard continued to barrel through these legal hurdles as if they were just speed bumps on her way to even more controversy.
Last month, the judge issued a temporary restraining order blocking her from making those appointments without approval from trustees.
But if you think Henyard is just content with keeping things turbulent on the local level, think again. The spotlight on her actions has grown so bright that it's attracting attention from outside Dolton. Federal investigators are reportedly looking into allegations of mismanagement and improper use of taxpayer money. Now, these are serious allegations, folks, and the residents? Well, they've got mixed reactions. Some are fed up, while others took glued to the latest developments like it's their favorite drama series. And why wouldn't they be? Henyard's antics are like something out of a reality TV show.
Who would make a one-day purchase of over $40,000 to Amazon? And the main thing is, what is it?
In one particularly wild meeting, Henyard's boyfriend took the stand. And let's just say he didn't hold back. He aired dirty laundry that not even Henyard's most ardent critics saw coming. From misusing public funds for personal luxuries to accepting bribes from contractors, his testimony painted a picture of a leader who might be more interested in lining her own pockets than serving her constituents. And while Henyard has denied these allegations, calling them politically motivated attacks, it's hard to ignore the specifics coming from someone who was once so close to her.
Very appreciative to receive the information today. We have the best mayor ever. I've been here since 1993.
So, what's her defense? Henyard's camp says it's all a big conspiracy cooked up by her enemies. So they claim the trustees are ganging up on her, trying to bring her down before she can fully realize her vision for Dolton and Thornton Township. But here's the thing, even some of her former allies are starting to distance themselves from her. People who once supported Henyard are now finding it difficult to look past the mounting accusations and the seemingly endless parade of legal issues she's involved in. And it's not just political opponents who are speaking out. Henyard's methods have even ruffled feathers among the township's employees and local residents who are wondering what's really going on behind the scenes.
So that's one of the reasons I vote no when we go through our board packets. It's like, some of this stuff, it's like you don't know exactly what it's for, and then when you ask a question, there's no answer.
But let's zoom out for a moment. Henyard's story isn't just about one mayor embroiled in scandal. It's also about the broader issues facing local Black leadership in suburban Illinois. Some say Henyard's story is a prime example of how a lack of accountability and unchecked power can lead to chaos. So they argue that certain Black leaders in these communities seem to think they're untouchable, hiding behind their identity to deflect criticism. It's a trend that goes beyond Dolton, with some comparing Henyard's situation to other Black female politicians like Kamala Harris, who critics say use their status to sidestep accountability.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
And of course, Henyard isn't the only one being scrutinized here. There are plenty of other local leaders in similar hot water. The pattern, some say, is clear: incompetence goes unchecked. And when things start to fall apart, it's the community that suffers. Henyard's critics say she's just the most visible face of a much larger problem, one that has its roots in a political culture that allows leaders to prioritize their own interests over those of their constituents.
We needed those officers to be on the street fighting crime. And instead, we have several officers that are riding around protecting the mayor.
Back in Dolton, the daily chaos of township meetings seems to mirror the instability of Henyard's leadership. Trustees have been refusing to attend meetings because they don't feel safe. Think about that. Elected officials are so worried about what might happen at a government meeting that they're opting out entirely. That's a level of dysfunction you don't see every day. And it's not just a matter of disagreements over policy. This is about safety, and it underscores just how far things have devolved under Henyard's watch. It's become a situation where basic governance takes a backseat to drama and infighting.
Mr. Lacey is absolutely not guilty of all 9 counts. I believe he's cooperating. And if you cooperate, you have to admit your guilt first.
So let's not forget the time Henyard tried to push through her choice for village attorney without following protocol. Tolangela Lockett, the attorney she appointed, was one of the people at the center of the restraining order drama. So Henyard's attempt to install her, along with other top officials, against the board's wishes, raised eyebrows. And when the judge stepped in to stop her, Henyard acted like it was just another bump in the road. But the trustees are fed up. They're tired of what they see as a blatant disregard for the rules and the norms that are supposed to keep local government functioning smoothly.
Of court, the judge today declining to hold her in contempt, but did warn her that if she did not follow the ruling, he would.
Now, let's talk about the mood in Dolton. Many residents are outraged, feeling like they've been let down by someone they believed would bring positive change. Social media has become a battleground, with people debating whether Henyard is a victim of political games or the architect of her own downfall. Some argue that she's a strong Black woman being unfairly targeted, while others say she's brought this all on herself. It's clear that Henyard's leadership is dividing the community, and the longer this saga drags on, the more polarized things seem to get.
Clickbait, huh? All right. I guess anything else? I get sued all the time. Y'all stop it.
And then there's the money. Allegations of financial mismanagement have only fueled the fire. Reports suggest that Henyard has been throwing cash around like there's no tomorrow, leaving Dolton's finances in a precarious state. So according to a report led by a former Chicago mayor, the town's budget is a mess with mounting debt and questionable spending practices. Henyard's critics say she's squandering taxpayer dollars on personal perks, and they're demanding answers. Henyard, for her part, has said the report is full of inaccuracies and politically motivated, but that hasn't stopped the accusations from piling up.
This administration is shameful. Y'all are a disgrace.
We're watching the fall of this administration.
So it's all a ticking time bomb, and Henyard seems to be walking a tightrope with her every move. Trustees are pushing for cuts, trying to rein in spending, and some are even calling for an investigation into the town's finances. But Henyard's response has been to double down, accusing her opponents of trying to sabotage her efforts to bring change to Dolton. She's not backing down, but the question remains, how long can she keep this up before it all comes crashing down? To just when you think things couldn't get any crazier, there's Henyard's lawsuit against the trustees. Yes, she's taken them to court, accusing them of holding illegal meetings at the Park District and trying to undermine her authority. She wants a judge to declare Village Hall as the official meeting site, effectively nullifying any business conducted at the Park District. It's a bold move, and it's added yet another layer of drama to this already convoluted saga. But is it a strategic play, or is it just another example of Henyard trying to grab the reins of power?
No reason for anyone from a township to go to a mayor's conference. A mayor's conference is a mayor's conference for mayors.
Even Henyard's own team seems to be feeling the strain. Her closest allies have either left or are visibly conflicted about their roles. And now, with Henyard hinting at a massive surplus in the township's funds, people are asking questions about her priorities. asked if she really focused on serving the public, or is this all just a power grab dressed up as leadership, she says she's committed to making Dolton a better place, but her actions have left a lot of people wondering what her true intentions are. So after all this, what do you think? Is Tiffany Henyard a leader who's been unfairly targeted, or is she the real architect of her own downfall? And what does this ongoing drama say about the state of local leadership in Dolton? Or drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think about this wild situation. Until next time, stay tuned, and thanks for watching.